go nuts. So I have some questions for him. A little interview section here. So how did you start brewing? Like when did you start brewing beer, and how did you kind of start this brewery at Ashtree here?
Right. I started brewing in the UK back in 2012, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually a wine person before. I went to the UK to study more about wine seriously. There's a course called WSET, wine. WSET. Let me think. It's been
Wine
a long
and
time.
spirits aptitude test.
Yeah, something like wine. I did some course there.
Okay.
And I went so many other tasting sessions and events. I mean wine events. And one day I happened to see these craft beers alongside those wines, and I just got curious. What is craft beer? Because I hadn't tasted that before. I hadn't tried anything rather than just big companies' beers.
Heineken, Kasse.
Give it a go. Try some IPAs, try some saison, some barley wines, different beers, and I thought beer could be, as flavorful, as powerful, and as mind-blowing as other, foods or wines or all the other things. So, and the other thing that that got me into beer industry is because all those beers I got impressed were located in London, actually.
Right.
Yeah, in the same city I was living in. So I had a lot of time because I was doing my master's degree back then, just a student.
Masters in wine stuff.
Master's in gastronomic tourism. Drinking
okay,
and eating,
the best masters to study.
Yeah. So I went to see these producers, brewers, asking if I could volunteer in those brewery, work, brewing parts, or if not, even cleaning parts, and anything, if I could.
Just let me help.
Yeah. Be there to see the work behind this beautiful art. So, one brewery, the first brewery I went to was Redemption. It's called Redemption.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Redemption Brewery is famous for cask ales, and because it's a small microbrewery that produces cask ales as well. There are not many other microbreweries, especially in London, produce cask ales. They are focusing on mainly, New World style beers.
A lot of American influence.
Yes. So because the owner of the brewery, Andy Moffat, very nice Scottish, he allowed me to come and help them out with anything. And I was asking for 3 weeks at the beginning because I thought maybe 3 weeks give me some insight.
Like an internship.
Yeah. Into this beautiful work. So I spent 3 weeks helping out everything, loading casks and bottles. I loved it, but I wasn't expecting anything more than that after 3 weeks. So end of the 3 weeks, I was gonna say goodbye to him and I was gonna say goodbye and thank him a lot for the opportunity. And he called me into his office and asked me if I want to work there as an employee. From now on. So it took me by surprise, really. I
the best news
I
you've
wasn't
had.
expecting at all. And back then I was still more into wine, actually. So there was supposed to be a temporary thing. Just some learning experience. But that was such a good opportunity for me. So in the end, I took it. Yeah, that's how I began as a brewer. And from there, because they're all connected, I mean, other breweries, even other cities, all the way to Scotland or all the way down to Birmingham, not Birmingham, sorry,
Cornwall,
Brighton, and everywhere. Even it's all connected to other countries too. They're all connected, you know, to American breweries, to Belgian breweries. So I was very privileged. I felt very privileged from then on. And I thought I was really lucky to get on board like that, because I got to meet so many other famous brewers and personally asked them their techniques, and I went over there.
That's how I feel now.
But that wasn't my first volunteer work. Even after I became a professional at one brewery, I volunteered all the other famous breweries on my days off or on my holidays. Went over there because I wanted to see how they are doing differently.
Right, right.
Yeah, because they're all proud of their own systems. Yeah, but they must think they're doing the best, but they're different. And I wanted to see what's really good, and you know, just to find out my way by knowing.
Like go out on your own, right?
Yes.
And like make Okay, well, okay, that leads. How did you end up back in Korea, and how did Ashtree start?
That's a bit of a story too. In 2014 or 2015, I was introduced to some business people in Korea, because back then there were not many craft breweries.
I remember, yeah.
Just as far as I recall,
Magpie was the big one back then, yeah.
Hand and Malt,
Yeah.
the Booth.
That's one of the original ones.
There were major
the Booth.
ones.
Yeah, the Booth was big. Yeah.
And you know, might be rude not to mention some other breweries that already existing that time, but
you can't mention
they were the major ones, I think. Yeah, but the craft brewery, craft beer industry, I would say, was very promising. So many other businessmen from Korea probably wanted to invest in that. I got to introduce some people that convinced me to come to Korea together and, you know, make some great work together. I was torn because I really loved my life in London. Really, really did.
Weegook life.
Yeah,
I know the feeling. Yeah. I know the feeling.
I got a foreign wife. My wife is German.
Okay.
Yeah, who loves London as well. Like, so much. It was hard to convince her from my perspective.
Well, because she's not Korean either, right? So she had to kind of take a leap of faith to come to a country that maybe she'd never been to.
Plus,
right? Yeah.
She had a good job.
Okay, there you
Better
go.
than I did. So,
Honey, I promise I'll make the best beer. Yeah, honey, I promise.
yeah, that's the story. So I came back in 2015, founding a brewery called Goodman in Guri,
Okay.
Gyeonggi-do.
Yeah. I was there last week.
Started. So until 2017, in autumn time, I was the head brewer and co-founder. After that, fortunately, I had to leave for some company, reason.
All right. I won't ask.
Yeah. So after that, I spent a lot of free time, lying around in my room, watching so many things. Yeah. But from time to time, I went to Europe to see my friends, because my old, brewer friends went back to their own countries too. Some Spain, some to Finland.
Learn in England and then...
Yeah. They are all head brewers or founder there. So I was helping them out a bit sometimes, and I spent time like that until 2019. Yeah, it was a long time, and I started thinking about my new brewery again, and slowly setting up. So we started last year, last spring time. Yeah.
You mean starting this one?
Ashtree.
You mean like a year ago?
Year ago.
So like super new then?
Yeah,
Oh
spring.
wow, okay, yeah. So I guess like in a couple of months, it's like the 1 year anniversary?
Yes.
Jesus, I thought you were older than that. I knew you weren't like super old, but I figured maybe 2 or 3 years, not like 1 year.
Technically a little bit older, but practically,
Okay.
we started introducing, revealing our first beers last spring.
Like little pop-up stuff. Guest taps
April
and
or
stuff
May,
like
I
that,
guess.
or-
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you end up in this? Like, was the idea to always have like a brew pub, or did you brew somewhere else first and then buy this building here?
This place.
Yeah. So obviously you're brewing in the basement and you're serving up here. But
This place used to be a pub.
Okay.
The pub used ground floor and the basement as a pub at the same time.
So you've
We
converted the
turned
basement.
that
Okay.
into a brewery.
Okay. I guess a secondary question. I've been to Mule and I've been to Brusaka,
Yes.
and they have your beers on tap. Like what?
The owner of Brewer.
Right.
Yeah, he used to work for me at Goodman.
There you go. There you go.
Easy.
Okay, but as far as like, obviously you don't just sell all your beer here.
Yeah.
How far is your reach with your kegs? Like, how far do you sell your kegs? I guess there must be places in Gyeonggi-do that sell your stuff, right?
Well,
Like, how far
not
is your
often,
reach?
But as far as I know, my Gungmir, the India Pale Porter style beer, went to the end of South.
Haenang-gun or Busan?
Henan.
Your beer's in Haenang-gun?
Dankudmal.
What?
That area. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's such a weird place for your beer to be. It's good. It's good. But that's such a weird place. Anyone who knows makgeolli knows that's where Haechang makgeolli is brewed, which is it's the middle of nowhere, and his beer is down there for some reason. Yeah,
Unfortunately, I haven't been there.
it's
I'm stuck here all the time. Still am.
Don't worry.
Let's go together next time.
You want to drink some makgeolli at Haechang? That's fine with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My next question is now you brought up Gungnir right now. So there are a few beers that I need to talk about from this brewery. This is the Gungnir, again with the Norwegian Norse mythology names. The Gungnir is a very malty, dark beer. It's called an Extra India Porter. So what they do is they make a porter, but then they hop the shit out of it. And a lot of my friends that I've brought here, they drink this and they go, "What? What is this?" Yeah, it's super interesting. And Joe was talking about it, and he said, depending on when you get it, if it's aged or not, it can either go hoppy or it can go malty. So, yeah, it smells like a porter, but there's a bit of grassy, kind of herbally notes to it. It's so weird, in the best way though. And this is the beer that he says he's also kind of not most proud of, but like his thing. This is one that's very representative of his brewery and his views on brewing and beer making. So, yeah, very low on the roast, very low on the sweetness. It's kind of like a weaker porter, but then that kind of IPA hoppiness comes through too, and it's just this complete inverse of what you expect from a beer. It's really good though. My friend and I were here months ago, and he would only order these, and we kept trying to tell him, like, look, get something else. And he had 7 of these, and he's like, no, I like this. Which, good for him, but it was kind of weird having him just order one after the other, yeah. A true compliment and testament to the greatness of this beer, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about this. Why are so many of your beers named after Norwegian mythology stuff? What is that? Why?
Well, I love Norse mythology, and I kind of believe in Odin as well. Yeah, like other people believe in Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We have to stop the interview. He's one of those Odin people. As a Muslim, I can't continue this interview. Yeah. All right. No, I've always been curious because the first time I came here, the menu, it's like, I don't know what these words mean, but I know that they're Norwegian, like mythology, stuff like that. Okay. So you're a
lot of people find this strange, I think, in Korea. Wow.
Anywhere, really. I don't judge you, but it is weird. Yeah, let's be honest, right? You're there, especially in Korea, there are very few of you, I imagine. So. Do you, now I thought that it was because maybe you loved Marvel.
What do you mean by that?
Toru! Yeah. I thought he loved Thor. He's like, my favorite Avenger is Thor. I thought it was some Marvel thing, but no, he's like, I really respect Norse mythology and I believe in it, kind of, yeah. All right, interesting answer. All right, next question, and this is the question I want to answer the most. You have 5 saisons on your menu. Out of how many beers? Like 13 or 14? 13. Okay, so like 40% of your beers are saisons. I love saisons, but why? You are the only brewery I've ever seen that has had such a focus on the saison. And I'm happy that you have so many, but what led you to be so, not obsessed, but the love of the saison? What is that?
The answer will be very easy. We produce those beers we love here. Just so far mainly me. Might be selfish, but I've been the major one, so
hey, he's the boss.
I still listen. Saison's one of my favorites. I love hoppy beers too. And I love dark beers. Yeah,
that's
why
all the beers.
Lineups are like this now, but I still love other beers. They're just, in terms of the priority, I would go them first. But we are producing some other styles as well.
Do you think maybe your French wine expertise has led you to make more of like a French farmhouse style beer? Do you think maybe there's like a foundation there that you've taken from the wine world?
That's a good point. Very good question. I don't want to sound, cocky or something, but I think they might be related.
Yeah. As soon as, because you have like a lot of his saisons are like French names too. So when you said that you were kind of like a wine person, I went, there might be,
Yeah. And the barrel work. Unfortunately, I can't do any barrels here now because.
You mean like barrel aging?
Yeah, barrel aging.
There's no room.
There's no room now.
Where are you gonna put them?
But, back in Brewing, I had 60 barrels.
From
Burgundy.
Oh, nice. Wine barrels. Yeah.
Pinot Noir barrels.
A lot of people are using like hard liquor barrels.
No.
I would much rather have a wine barrel aged. Yeah, personally, I would much rather have that. Yeah.
I was gonna get Chardonnay next. Chardonnay barrels, second hand. But, maybe next time.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, next question is a question I ask all the brewers that I interview. What are kind of like the guiding principles to your brewery? Like, there's like rules that you have, or like kind of like, if we can only do 2 things, it's like we gotta make sure this is how we operate here at Ashtree. What is kind of your main rules or your focus when you're brewing?
To me, our beers, or even my world of craft beers, no need to be clear. Just in terms of clarity. I don't mind hazy. When it's not New England IPAs, doesn't matter to me. I love anything. Just hazy makes me even think, there might be, they might taste deeper and give long finish or like more flavors.
It's kind of like substance over style, right? You'd rather have something taste better than be
that's right
clean, right? Okay.
So that's
I can respect that.
Our style, except cask ales. caskets should be
the rules
clear.
dictate. Yeah.
And the other thing I personally like is the craft beers must stand out with other big company beers.
Well, actually, I have another question here. You don't force carbonate your beers?
So far, you haven't tasted
you bottle condition with sugar.
anything.
You bottle condition with sugar.
Yes.
There's no
Even-
forced carbonation. Oh wow,
even-
that's actually I didn't.
All the beers
yeah.
you've tasted here
Yeah.
are all bottle conditioned, even keg beers, draft beers, and everything.
So yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of breweries are gonna like force carbonate, which I'm not against even. I'm not even against that. But that's cool that you like, you know, bump, bump. That's cool. I love
Yeah.
that. I like that. Yeah, nice.
So,
Do you have any future beers coming up that you'd like to talk about? I know we talked about the sours
Sour ales.
down, but do you have anything else kind of like, maybe even if it's just an idea in your head, something that you want to do in the future? Any future projects that you want to kind of tell us about? Or?
probably we're gonna do some kveik.
That's the yeast
Yeah, but
from Norway,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. that's
Of
right.
course he's going to use a Norwegian yeast. Of course.
Yeah.
What are
We have-
what are the benefits of using Norwegian yeast? This is the new cool thing. But what are the benefits of using this yeast over
But
other
the yeast
yeasts?
is rather providing clean taste.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a refreshing beer, I guess. Yeah, we haven't finished the
Is
recipe
this for
yet.
your lager yet, or is this a
No,
lager
no
thing? or is
lager,
this-
no.
Okay.
Just itself.
Okay.
Separate. And we got some sours coming up, and we're gonna do triple stout as well, which
God.
is
What ABV do you expect at the?
a bit above 10%. We've got double stout, which is about 7%. But yeah, it's time to, go next one higher, stronger,
stout.
something you like.
Stronger the better. Nice. And one last question, and this is kind of a weird question to end on. But why Gui? Like, how did you end up in this neighborhood here? Because I mean, there's restaurants in here. It's not like it's a quiet neighborhood. But this certainly isn't Gonde. It's not Itaewon. It's not Mapo. Like, how did you end up in Gui? Was it the building that you saw itself? Like, how did
It's
you end
not
up
my
here?
building, I wish.
No, but like,
I had it.
there is a. How did you end up here specifically?
I used to supply my beers here in this pub.
Okay.
That's owned by a friend of mine.
Okay.
And we were talking, and he worked very hard for the last couple of years. It wasn't easy for the economy, and
You started during the pandemic too.
yeah.
Like as a brewery, that's true. Yeah.
I originally wanted to, in fact, I wanted to open a brewery a bit bigger in some other Gyeonggi-do, or even
above ground.
outside of Seoul.
Okay.
But couldn't find some ideal spot yet. I don't know. I'm not really good at property, so
Beer, yes. Business, no.
I just
Well, actually, here's another question. You're the head brewer. Do you have like another kind of co-manager that does the business side of your business? Because I know
So
I'm
far-
more of a creative type. I don't have any business mind.
so far I manage everything.
You're kind of the books and the
I manage
okay.
the brewery and the pub as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chonji.
No. Exhausted.
Goma Chonji. Small Chonji.
It's a small place, that's why. Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, I thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me the tour. I tried this. Please enjoy. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
No, my pleasure, man. Thank you for giving me.
Let
the
me
time.
talk about all these things. Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Pleasure.